Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the High Ticket Coaching and Consultant Strategy and Growth Show. Now, if you're watching this interview anywhere else but within our private Facebook community called High Tickets Client Attraction Insider Circle, then definitely come check us out. We definitely love to have you. That group was put together specifically for coaches, consultants, and service providers who are serious about getting up to that six and that seven-figure level. So if that's you, come check us out. So today I want to introduce you to one of the members of our community, April Young. Welcome, April.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Awesome. You're welcome. So tell us, what is it that you do?
I help business owners and professionals perfect their communication skills so that they can see greater success.
Okay. And what got you into doing this type of work?
Well, I've been in real estate and the mortgage industry for about 11 years now. And I've just noticed over the time of my career that there's almost no problem that can't be solved or prevented with effective, adequate communication. And so over the course of that time, just developed within me the passion to want to teach people how to be better at communicating within their own niches and realms, whatever it is that they do, just to help them communicate effectively so that they don't have to have those difficult conversations when they may come up simply because of a communication issue.
hmm Yeah, that's so powerful, right? So I believe in business, there's really two keys. That one, it's all boiled down to the core of what makes business, what makes everything work, and it all comes down into relationship and communication, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. So in essence, so who did you say you help again? Who are the individuals?
Business owners, small business owners, and sales professionals. So, for example, realtors, mortgage lenders, anyone that is striving to have their own service based business that regularly communicates with their audience, but maybe doesn't feel like their message is quite getting through, or things are slipping through the cracks, or most importantly, their message isn't received in the way that they want it to be.
hmm Okay. So in essence, now are those individuals, are they individuals, are they doing business online, offline, or it really doesn't matter?
Either way, online or in person. I've worked with both realtors, for example, they work in person with their clients, but I do have others that run online digital businesses, or they sell online courses and different things like that. So either in person or online.
Yeah. And how do you help them specifically? What does that actually look like? Let's say someone, well, number one, how does someone know when they have an issue that's communication related? And then number two, how do you help them?
So let me address issue number two first. I help them simply by just first, I get to know them. What is their business? What methods or ways of communicating with their audience are they using? Do they feel like their message is getting through? Is it effective? What I have noticed is a lot of times with email campaigns, a lot of my people that I have worked with feel like their writing is not where it should be to get the message through. One of my strengths is technical writing. So I help them take what they're using and then we refine it, finesse it. We make sure that they're not using filler words, so fluff. Make sure that they're saying what they need to say, but not adding so many other words that the message gets lost in translation. So that's one of the things that I do. I help them just learn how to broaden their vocabulary, to use different, more precise words for things, how to feel more comfortable with their message, and how to get that to their audience in the way that they want to.
hmm Awesome. So how did you develop, because I know a lot of individuals, they do get to a point where they realize, well, I do have some way I could help others. I do have a way I could help. But for them, whether it's a lack of confidence or something, they never take the leap and say, let me actually go out there and pursue building a business around helping others. How did you come up with the courage to do this?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, I've just, again, over time and working with the team that I'm with now, I do mortgage loans during the day, and I am always the one that is asked for, hey, can you read this email? Can you make sure that this makes sense? Am I being specific enough? Does this make sense to you? And I just realized everybody keeps coming to me for this same issue. Maybe there's more than just my team that needs help with this. So I started reaching out to some of our partners, different realtors that I know, local business owners in my area, and saying, hey, is this a service that you feel would be beneficial? And the feedback was overwhelmingly yes. So that's really where I kind of decided, hey, it's time to do something about this. So I studied and I went back to school just to learn a little bit more about really how theoretically, how does communication work and how do people relate to each other? And then I just jumped in.
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, and that's really the best way. And that's really, I believe, the best way to get started as a coach or consultant, right? Is to just
Mm-hmm.
notice, because that's always a big question most individuals have. Like, how do I know if it's time, or how do I know if I
Yep.
could start my business? And just like you said it so brilliantly, which is problems that you notice or things people always come to you for, right?
Yep.
So as you said, they come to you based on getting some feedback on whether it's some written thing or whatever, and you realize, oh, there's some need there. But the second
Yep.
part I really love that you said is that you actually validated, which is you went and said, you went now and asked, hey, is this something you went to, you found more individuals and said, hey, is this something that you think would be beneficial to you? And now you're taken from a place of now you could build a business around it. And I believe that this is where a lot of successful coach and consultant businesses are built around finding that unmet need and being able to position yourself as a
Right.
way to help them bridge that gap, right?
Yes, absolutely. Filling a need is really the key to any business, I think. So identifying that need and making sure that it can be filled is really the first step in getting started.
Hmm. So, in essence, do you see yourself as an entrepreneur? Um,
Um, yes, I do. I'm still learning how to be one. There's definitely growth and baby steps to be had along the way, but that's why we just jump in and we start reaching out to others that have gone before us and ask them, how did you get to where you are and what can I do to get there?
yeah, awesome, awesome. So, what would you say? What would you attribute to your the level of success that you've created in your business today? What's one skill you'd say has gotten you to where you are today?
One skill I think would be attention to detail. When I meet with a client or prospective client, I listen to what they say and then really listen to what they're saying. So if somebody tells me, well, I'm struggling to reach my audience, well, tell me more. How are you struggling to reach your audience? What ways are you trying to reach them? Let's talk about what, what is the specific issue here? And then I just let them tell me why and how and the what behind the struggle that they're having. And then I bring it back to businesses. It is about relationships, like you said, and relationships are built on solid communication. And that's really where it always seems to boil down to is let's make sure you have a good foundation of solid, effective communication that's reaching your audience. And then you can build those relationships from there continually um, with the building that communication foundation and using that to maintain the relationships once they're built.
Hmm. Yeah, awesome, love it. So, did you ever? I like asking the question. I saw as where you are today, if your business, everything you have going on. Was this something you like planned, or was it something that just unfolded? How do you? What's your perspective?
Well, it started as a little idea in about 2018, somewhere in the early part of 2018. So it took a couple of years to really, one, get the courage to say, hey, I'm going to do this. And then I did go back to school and got an advanced degree just to help learn more myself, but also for credibility. I think that's very important. If you're going to be teaching other people, you need to be constantly teaching yourself and learning and seeking new knowledge from those that know more than you do. So I feel like that was very important. And then just as I worked through that advanced degree and started talking with more and more people, and again, still having people come to me and say, hey, can you read this? Can you help me with this? What do you think of this? That just really started to feed the seed that started. And then finally, earlier this year, I said, you know what? Now's the time. Let's make this a real life thing. So that's where we're at.
Hmm. Awesome, love it. What about success wise, right? What's something you believe that as entrepreneurs, whether they start a business or whatever, what's something you believe that I believe there's certain places where we just need to be proactive, right? So there's
Mhm.
places in our life where things just happen, but other places, especially if we've been an entrepreneur, there's just a few different places where we need to be proactive if we want things and if we want to make things happen. What would you say is one place you believe that most entrepreneurs, there needs to be some type of proactivity for this to work?
So again, I always focus on just the baseline foundation of relationships, which is communication. And that is something you always have to be proactive at. You cannot over communicate. That is one of the big things I always say. If you want to build a successful business in what have successful relationships with your clients, your employees, your contractors, whoever the case may be, communication is the key to that. So by actively saying, you know what, I need to have better skills, or I need to make sure that I keep everyone informed. There's a good saying I learned a few years back that was, what do I know? Who needs to know it? And have I told them yet? That really is, I think, basic, for that communication foundation. What do you know? Who needs to know it? And have you told them? If you haven't done any of those things, you need to do that. And I think that is one spot where entrepreneurs need to be more focused and more proactive, is making sure that they are getting even the smallest details to their clients. It makes the client feel valued. And when the client feels valued, they come back for more.
Hmm. Love it. What about your services? Is it like a done for you service where you actually, when you take on a client, you actually do, whether it's creating the messaging, the communication, drafting the emails, those different things, do you actually do it for them, or do you kind of teach them how to do it?
I teach them. So I don't do done for you services. I do one-on-one coaching, and I'll do, I call it material audits. So if a client has an email, say a 3-piece email sequence that they've put together, but maybe they're not getting the results they want, we take that and we revamp it a little bit, finesse it, maybe switch out some of the wording or cut it down. I always believe that less is more. So why say with 20 words what can be said with 6 or 7? Let's not fill it with fluff and empty space. Let's fill it with solid words that will get the message across. So I teach them then how to do that. So we work through it together rather than me doing it for them and they have to keep coming back for me to do it for them. They learn and I help them grow along the way.
Hmm. Awesome. What about, let's see, are you pretty big into, how do you get information education? Are you into listening to podcasts, reading books? How do you?
So I'm pretty busy. I wish I had more time to read books, but I use Audible. I listen to books and podcasts whenever I'm in the car. Um, Digital classes or digital courses when I have time, usually, half an hour a day or something if I can, but I will find a digital course or something that will be beneficial to either my business or my own development, professional, personal development, whatever the case may be. And I try to consume content that way simply because, I work full time plus doing my own business. So I don't have a lot of time to read or any of the things that take a little more time, but I can always listen to a podcast in the car or while I'm washing dishes or something. So that's how I try to consume content. And on the flip side, that's how I'm trying to create content, because I know that the people I'm trying to serve are just as busy or busier than I am.
Hmm. Love it. What about, are there any lessons you've learned that you've picked up as you listen to podcasts, do whatever you do, that you could share today? What's a big one?
The biggest one probably is to just believe in what I have to offer. Nobody else can teach what I know the way that I can teach it. And having the courage to move forward and know that has really been a big one for me. And that's really only developed in the last 4 or 5 months. Is that's correct. Nobody knows what I know, and they can't teach it the way that I can teach it. So I need to put that out there, because it would be selfish of me to keep this from the people that need it. Uh, Really, it's kind of what it comes back to. So that was really a game changer for me, is listening to that statement a few times and saying, you know what, that's right. I need to put this out there.
Yeah, that's so powerful because I believe, I guess what they call the imposter syndrome or something, where people feel like they can't
Yep.
put themselves out there and all these different things. But at the end of the day, um, no one could be, how does that Dr. Seuss quote go or something? I'm not sure what is it.
No, what is it? There's only one you, and no one on earth is youer than you, or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yep, that's the one.
That is, and I was like, man, I'm gonna embarrass myself here because I was thinking like, when you say you want to do something, you do the thing that you say you're gonna do, and it's like, what? That wasn't Dr. Seuss.
I don't know who said
Right?
that.
Yes, yes, but I'm happy you you
Yep.
know.
Nope. I got you. I got you.
I love it, love it. Okay, good. So but yeah, that's so true. Because it's one of those places where again, no one could be you, and that's really good enough to just say, okay, you know what? Let me just do it, because at the end, there's only just one of us. So, what are you seeing as the next step for? What's that vision that you hold for your business? What's that next level for you?
The next level for me would be to be able to do my business on a full-time, full-scale basis rather than still having to work. And I'll get there, I know, but I want to be able to replace my income and, have that financial freedom and security for my family. But more important than that, just to help others. I have seen a lot of professionals just in my own industry and in my own city struggle with the very things that I'm talking about. And if I can help more people be better versions of themselves, that's really the biggest reward for me.
Hmm. It's a powerful vision right there. Yeah. So with I guess the best thing now is to say, if someone wanted to reach out to you right now, what's the best way for them to
Mhm.
connect?
So the best way to reach me at this point is via email or on my Facebook page or Instagram. Um, so my email is support at 10, the number 10, so 10-4 communications.biz, B-I-Z. Facebook is, I don't remember what Facebook is. I'll have to go look. And my Instagram is 10-4, but it's spelled out. So it's TEN 4, the number 4, communications on Instagram.
Hmm. What's the meaning behind 10-4?
So it's twofold. I served in the military, and anyone who's served in the military or in law enforcement or any capacity like that knows that 10-4 means message received, or I understand what you've said. And that's kind of the whole basis of my business is let's make sure that your message is reaching your audience and that they're understanding it the way you want. And then also the date, October 4th, is my wedding anniversary. So little double meaning there. And so I feel that the name in itself, again, knowing that that code number, what it means, I think really embodies what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah, awesome. What branch of the military were you in?
Marines.
What? Get
Yep,
out
I
of
see your
here.
little cat back there in the background.
Yes, yes. Marines
Yep.
as well too. Awesome stuff, man. Goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So guys, and all the links April just shared with us here today, I'll have them included either above or below the video. So you should be able to just click on them and get connected right to her. Well, April, hey, thank you so much for making the time to be here today. I really, really appreciate it. Do you have any final
Thank
thoughts
you. Thank you
before
so
we
much
end?
for the chance to be here.
You're welcome. Do you have any final thoughts before we end?
I don't think so. I would love to hear from anybody out there who just wants to chat or see if we can work together for a good fit. I look forward to it.
Awesome. Well, enjoy. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.